This would be episode 13 of Man Who Thinks podcast, season 3. Today's episode is on what I learned from the business side of starting my own business or businesses. The easiest way for me to explain this to you is that it's as easy as you think it is. The more hurdles you present in front of yourself, the more hurdles you'll find at the end of yourself. I heard it be said once, that a lie is sweet in the beginning and bitter in the end, and that truth is bitter in the beginning and sweet in the end. And that also holds true for this case. The easiest way for business to make sense to people is for you to find yourself, then to go about making the business. If the business is you, then the business in itself is a means to the end. And it'll drive you wherever the business goes, as opposed to finding yourself and then putting the business in that direction. So, in my experience, the creative adventure of becoming a photographer and having the ability to direct film is directly correlated with where my mind is. There was this documentary they did about Emma Chamberlain and her dad. It goes on to say that the creative is not ever stuck. It's just that they don't have a reason to discover. And when you have a infinite reason, curiosity to discover new things, then everything you look at is always going to be rewarding to you. This guy on YouTube, his name is Brian Withers. He talks a lot about the concept of um, expansion and really what it is positive self-talk. And then the more positive self-talk you have, the more positive runs your way. Not walks, runs. I mean, it could walk. Maybe you want to enjoy the journey that way. The kind of success I've had, I guess, is in a very honest sense directly attached or correlated to just about nothing now that I think about it. The curiosity that I have within myself has allowed me to see those things. So you're sitting there being like, okay, what is this mumbo jumbo guy, long haired, talking about? Okay, we'll do this in baby steps. When you were a child, you didn't need any kind of advice to be happy. So as an adult, you also shouldn't need any advice to be happy. When you were a child, you found interest in just about everything. And as an adult, they're telling you what you should be interested in. And because you still carry those same interests, you essentially are the same person. And this is the mental head block that people find themselves in, where it's like, oh, I'm scared to do this, or what if that, or oh, success this. Well, the reality is that it's true. The cliche is, oh, the unknown has the answers for you, or the only way out is through. I guess in a literal sense, it is obviously true. But let's say this wasn't literal and this was more abstract and hypothetical. Then no, the answer is not there, because oh wow, because the answer has always been what you oh yeah, the answer was always what you knew about what you knew. That was always the answer. It wasn't what you were looking at. It's what you knew about what you were looking at. It wasn't what you were feeling. It's what you knew about what you were feeling. Dang, this Brian Withers guy is really onto something. Shout out Brian Withers. Is this a motorcycle? Yeah, it's a motorcycle. And one of the future episodes, I'm going to talk about how this whole notion of a job is like, well, this is 2025, so the notion of a job is up in the air just as much as that blade of grass is. Business at this point is no different than the creativity you have about your own life. It's really that simple. There's a guy on the internet who reviews pizza every day. I mean, he could probably live perfectly fine off of that, just in and of itself. There's another guy on the internet who had a child and was like, "Oh, my wife, I need to cook for my wife. I'm just gonna record everything that I cook, post it on the internet, and people are gonna enjoy it." Like that's the part of the world we're in right now. So my experience has been, and notice how I haven't talked about money yet. Now that in itself is a funny part of it. So we'll wrap up by talking about money. And I'm going to relate it to what I was saying earlier, but we'll use the word money. Money, in respect to starting a business, is again only as correlated or as relevant as how you feel about what you know about it. If you want to feel better about something, you should go learn about it. The more you learn about it, the more you're going to learn how to feel about it. And the better you feel about it is the better you know about it. So some people will say, "Oh, go get your money up." Okay, well, how and why? You start a business and you have the same mentality starting the business with the business as you did before you had any of the business. So simple thing would be to go and be curious about businesses that you find relevant, businesses that are successful. And sure, you could copy what they're doing. Or you could ask yourself, why is it that you resonate with that business? See, the more you learn about that business and the more you choose to learn about what you feel about that business is the same way that you're going to apply that same concept to your own business. And you'll have a version of that success in your own business. How many times did I say business right there? Take a big deep breath as many times as I said business. Probably 9 times. So yeah, we'll wrap up by saying that. Just so that we keep these as close to 10 minutes as possible. We're wrapping up page 4. I wonder how many pages I'll have to do. Lucky me. Take care. All the best.